And we should be good. All right, welcome to another night of the Couch Cooperative. It is a pleasure to have you here as we continue through our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which the campaign book is right behind me, for the Princes of the Apocalypse. We do not have any major announcements other than the fact that up and coming is the celebration of Valentine's Day. So if you guys are spending time with the ones that you love, make sure to let them know that you love them. And I don't know why my Alexa wants to be dumb, but, you know.
What if they don't have anyone that they love, Ethan? What should they do on Valentine's then?
Love yourself, but go love others. That's more important. Loving others and being loving to the world around you.
Yeah.
So there, that's my recommendation, is be a force of love in the world. Boom. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into tonight's session. I do not have any major announcements in terms of anything else, so we're just going to go right into where we last left off. So our adventuring party, the heroes that have been journeying around the Somber Hills in the Desert Valley, have found themselves at the base of the Scarlet Moon Hall, a tower that stands at the top of the hill, where a druidic enclave has gathered in order to perform a ritual known as the Rite of the Wicker Giant. A ritual that you had not seen, nor had any of the druidic attendees that you had begun to meet along the trailway up the hill had ever heard of. Now, it was obvious to you that the people that were leading this rite were members of the Cult of the Eternal Flame, which is the cult dedicated to an entity that was known as Imix, from what Elazar Flydragon, their kind of like priest, had said. You did some scouting, you did some conversational stuff, and in the midst of scouting, Pippin, you got separated from your team because you guys had let loose that you guys were a part of another cult, and that was a no-go. It did let them know that you guys were present. They had heard of what has been going on, and so they reacted kind of swiftly, but a little bit more on the subtle end. So they had captured Oslek, Painbearer Oslek, our Aarakocra cleric. They captured Nihilus, our rogue, our swashbuckler rogue, as well as Ragnok, our dragonborn barbarian. And in the midst of that, Garena, the elven druid that you had been conversing with for quite some time, that had been really kind of helping you guys just get an idea that, like, what's going on is not natural, it's not okay. She believed that they were offering sacrifices. She rushed to your aid and had conjured up a couple of treants. How she had done so, you had no clue. But in the conjuring of those treants, she was able to distract the guards enough that you guys were able to break free of your restraints. And then a very kind of cinematic combat ensued amidst bodies flying and people going everywhere. The other attendees that were about to be sacrificed to this wicker giant alongside you also joined in on this. So overall, successful day. Can't complain.
Hey.
And that is where we left off. Specifically, it was Oslek, Painbearer Oslek. We left off with you having decided in a final moment to bandage up the wounds of Elazar Flydragon, who had been pushed up against the wicker giant, which had kind of toppled over. I think he was impaled against it, and wasn't killed and wasn't in serious need of, or in serious wound. He had fallen unconscious from the pain, from the shock and the pain of having his back pushed up against an open flame. And so you rushed to his aid. You offered some medical treatment, and that was where we left off. So we pick up with the crowd that is gathered. So the druids that you had met in your first arrival, alongside the lycanthropic brothers that assisted you, and Garena and her trance. The four of you are gathered around Oslek. Well, Oslek is the one that you guys are gathered around. So the three of you gathered around Oslek, who has the body of Elazar at his feet and taken care of. And what would you like to do with that, Oslek?
I'm going to stand up and brush my knees off after kind of kneeling over and bandaging him up. I'm going to turn and look at the rest of my party and go, tie him up. No need to be gentle. He doesn't deserve it. His wounds are bound and he'll live. I have more work that needs to be done. And then I'm gonna go and start collecting the dead any bodies that are any person that kind of seems like they're on the cusp of death that is unsavable. I'd like to start like a prayer with them. With the fucking prayer of fuck sorry. The prayer of the turning, where I will try and convince them to turn to Ilmater for comfort in their death or process of dying. And yeah, so I'm just gonna start kind of worshiping them and telling them that Ilmater will take their pain away, and kind of like you get, I think you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so you go ahead and is the prayer directed towards your allies? Because there's not a whole lot
The
of
prayer,
prisoners.
the not any prisoners. Any so are there any? Is there anyone injured or anyone that's like fucked up? That's like not gonna make it. Like that's dying.
No, actually, there's no one here that looks like they're getting ready to die. So you're a little bit fortunate in that regard. However, you can still do the prayer and pray that over Elazar if you so wished. He is the only one here that is alive, as everyone has done a pretty decent job of killing the cultists that were around.
Okay. Then, as I stand up, I'd like to quietly, I guess, apologize to Ilmater quietly under my breath. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to pass their souls on to you. I will do my best. And then I'm going to kind of like straighten myself, recollect myself, and look at them, and I'll pick the dude up, and I'll kind of offer him out to the rest of my party. Like, what are we going to do with him? I'm not sure.
To the rest of us. Yeah. I can carry him if you need.
But where?
Wait, is he bound up right now, or are his hands and feet bound up?
No, 'cause
He's not.
unconscious.
Well, I turned to Dragonborn and I said, well, before we move him anywhere, we should probably tie him up so that he can't do nothing funny to any of us.
All right. Can I hog tie him?
Yeah, you could hog tie him if that's the specific way of tying him that you wanted to do.
Dude,
That's
the best way to tie him up.
Dude, that's always how I would tie people up when I first started, dude. I just tell Ethan hog tie him.
Man, if
Fucking.
you want to hog tie him, you hog tie him. I won't stop you there.
But I can carry him.
Make it waking up hogtied.
But if I can put some ropes on him, they can work like a backpack.
All right. So we tie him up, and no one's trying to like kill him, right? Like no one wants to see him dead right away.
No. So the gathering that you guys have around you are kind of leaving Elazar up to you. The druids and the lycanthropes are, for the most part, it's just post battle. Everyone's just kind of breathing, taking a breath, recovering.
Who's holding the sleeping guy right now?
No one. He's on the floor.
I am.
You're holding
I
him?
hog tied him and I picked him up.
How you holding him? Like he's on your back, or you like holding him like this? All right, so Katray's got him over his shoulder. I want to hop up on Elazar, and I want to address the crowd. And I want to go, now everybody, I know that these folk here have been terrorizing our lands for far too long now, but today that changes. Today is the first step towards our liberation from this tyranny, this blasphemy, this evil on our lands. Now let me hear it. For the good cause. And then I want to raise a fist up and shout, yeah! Does everyone respond?
The druids give you just kind of like for balance. The lycanthropes look at you and they go,
No? Forget we're
They were
surrounded.
very standoffish. They
Good.
almost wanted nothing to do with you.
All right. I get down off them. I say, all right, tough crowd. Let's go. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to do over here.
Yeah, there's Ethan. There's that. Where's that girl who was doing that wood carving stuff? Is she dead?
No.
Garena? No, Garena's not dead.
No. Remember the girl with the two brothers who was like doing that little like wood carving thing?
They were part of the cult.
They're
I
dead.
know,
Yeah,
I know,
they're dead.
but
Yeah,
did
they're
she
dead.
ever finish? Did she ever finish the wood carving?
She died.
Not the one that you had asked her to do.
What was the progress on that one?
Oh, she barely started.
Oh, so it wouldn't be really recognizable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ethan, can
okay.
I go take my 10 gold back that I gave her?
Yeah, you can loot for your 10
I would-
gold. Get that
No,
back.
you remember when I gave it to you and I specifically said I'm giving this to her as like a silent message of I'll be back for this?
Yeah.
or
I do-
for
I
it.
do remember that, yeah.
And now I'm back for my payment.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Can I search Alazar's belongings?
You may. Go ahead and make an
Nice.
investigation check for me, please.
Nice.
While he does that, I want to head towards the tower.
Ooh.
Okay. You go ahead and head towards the tower.
I got an 8, but I would like to spend a really long time doing it.
An 8 is fine. You find a very intricate key fragment. So you do find your third key fragment that is very similar to
Nice.
the 2 key fragments that you found already.
I
And
hide
then
it.
you also find a smaller key that looks like it goes to either a lockbox or a chest of some sort. It
Okay.
is not a door key.
Well, I showed that one to the party then. I think we should try to find wherever his little stash was, because he's probably got some goodies in there for us. You know what Halcyon is? I don't think so. Do we know where his residence was? I mean, I assume he was in that main central structure, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that the tower?
Good indication that he was probably in the tower. Now, the actual entrance to the tower is inaccessible. And the reason why is
What?
because you can tell that some part of the tower has collapsed on the interior side, and so there is a massive amount of rubble by what would be like the primary entrance. Now, if you remember when I initially described this tower, there's scaffolding that goes up the west and the east side. Those have ways of getting up. So you can't go in straight through the front door. You have to use the scaffolding to get up, but that's going to put you at like the second or third floor, depending on how far it goes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, just to give you an idea of like what it takes to get into the tower. So as you guys climb up the scaffolding on the eastern side, you're able to enter into the third floor level, and there is an opening in the side of the tower there that allows you to get in. Now, an interesting thing about the tower is the tower from side to side is about 30 feet long, but it is about 100 feet tall. And so you can see very easily to the other side of the tower. It's a very open space. And you can also see on this particular floor the fact that there's a broken part of the floor that, if you look down, leads into what is the collapsed base of this tower. Now, there is a way to go further up, and the staircase basically just like interconnects just in a straight movement upwards. So moving up from this just first floor, which is for the most part kind of empty, you move into what is the next floor up. And that room you start to see is where all of the different types of bedrolls and other types of sleeping arrangements for maybe some of the more well-off members of the cult had been sleeping. So not a whole lot of personal items that are up here, but it does look to be where a little bit more of maybe Elazar's personal entourage, his personal escort or guards or whatever that may have looked like, probably stayed. And then moving up to the floor above that one is where you find a room that contains a bedroll, a desk, and a bookcase. On the northern wall, there's a tall ladder that leads up to a trapdoor in the ceiling, and there's no more staircase that heads up. And then there's a chest in this room as well. This appears to be Elazar's personal chamber.
That one. I want to go into that one. The personal chamber.
Okay.
But before I go in, I want to inspect the door for any booby traps.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation roll. I'm gonna mute my mic real quick because I'm trying to get the music to start. And so you might, it might say stuff. So just
Wait,
you keep talking.
before you meet. Okay, then
Now connected
because
to
I want to
Ethan's
join
MacBook
you,
Air.
Nick. I want to join Pippin because I wanted to go into the tower too. So I'll check with you if there's any traps.
Bro, but that chest was my loot, dude.
I know. I'm not gonna steal it from you, but if it's locked, I can at least help you unlock it.
The chest is our loot.
Also, I failed the investigation. I got a 2.
You can't name your group that, dude. It sends the wrong message.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys do not believe that trapdoor has any form of traps on it.
Okay.
Is the door locked?
No, you can push it quite easily if you wanted to.
I go in stealthily.
Trickery.
Make
I'm
a
just
stealth-
gonna walk
make a well, I mean, you have to climb in, so
Oh,
because it's above you.
well, I'm gonna climb in normally,
26.
not sneakily.
If you were to make a stealth roll, you'd have to do it at disadvantage because you're coming in from the floor.
Me?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. Alright, fine. 13.
You guys both walk into the top, and at the top of the tower, this is where kind of the attic space is. The chamber is under the tower's angled upper roof. There's holes in the ceiling that lead out into open air. And there's a short ladder to the west that leads through one such opening as if it were to go outside of the tower itself. The room smells strongly of guano, otherwise known as poop.
Ew.
Specific type of poop, right?
That's probably their little bathhouse.
I look at the ladder though, and then I look at you. Nephis, right? Yeah, Nephis. And I go,
Oslek.
Nihilist? What the hell?
no.
Nephis people.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Sorry, it's the ends, dude. I look at Nihilus, and I go, and I look at the ladder, and I motion to it, and I'm like, no. I don't do heights. This is as far as I go.
Connected to Ethan's
I'm not getting on
MacBook
that
Air.
ladder. And then I'll start looking around.
So you want me to go up there?
No, I'm just saying I won't. I'm not saying you have to. If you don't like heights, you don't got to do it either. I'm just saying I
Well,
won't.
this room smells like shit. I'd rather go back down.
Well, there's other rooms, right? Isn't there other doors we can go into? Or is it only the left?
I think there's where we just came out of, like where we just come up from, and
Yeah,
then there's that ladder.
But I thought there was one more door.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait for Ethan.
Yeah, sorry, it's not. I'm probably not going to be able to get music on, so we're probably just going to have to suffer through a little bit more of a silent session. That's totally okay. If you give me just a second, I'm going to leave you guys to talk amongst yourself. It does smell like bat poop. There's nothing else in that room.
way.
Yeah, it is entirely just bats. If
So
you give me just a second, I'm going to go grab something real fast. So if you guys want to just chat amongst yourselves as characters, and then we'll start digging through the finer things in Elazar's chamber so I can get you guys some fun stuff.
all right. So
Cool.
realizing that it's
Now
only
connected
the
to
ladder.
Ethan's MacBook Air.
Okay, well, I will hold the ladder so that it doesn't shake around while you go up it if you would like. If you don't want to go up the ladder, then I say we just go back now. Because yeah, you're right. It does smell god awful in this room.
I could take a peek up there. I mean, it's not a big deal. It just this room really reeks.
Okay. All right. I will hold the ladder and do my best not to be concerned about falling off the ledge.
Thanks. Then I hit up the ladder, but I gotta wait now.
See where it goes. Where I don't understand where are you and Gabe? You guys just stay behind.
I was like holding the guy.
What the hell?
What?
Fuck. Cassius fucking called me in the middle of the fucking goddamn motherfucker. Sorry. I wish I knew how high the ladder was. So it's the ladder goes all the way up, but it doesn't like. It's
Wait,
not.
are you with us?
You're not there.
Dude, I don't even know what the fuck's going on, guys. You guys just left, and then Ethan immediately starts role playing going up the stairs. I don't feel like I
Well,
want to be able
you
to
could be down with
communicate.
Ragnarok.
I don't I feel like we communicate, like we say what we want to do, and then that person goes and does it. But like in terms of like a party dynamic, like realistically, like if we were in a party and we were gonna go do something, we would talk about it before we go do it, instead of just walking off with no communication and then being like, well, I wonder where he's going. Let me just go look. Like, oh, he's going into the ominous tower without saying anything to the rest of us. Like and then it makes me, because it makes me feel like I can't like get involved without like interrupting or like
Wait,
breaking.
where are Gabe and Katrey's characters?
Well, that's a good question. That actually brings up Gabe's very good question because no one asked him if he wanted to come with you guys. So, Katrey, Ragnarok, where are you at presently? Where would you like to have been?
I'm just gonna be with Ozlek. So I'm gonna follow him because I'm carrying the dude.
Right, you have Elazar. Oslek, you were outside. You got your 10 gold back. And so I would say as you two split up, probably a reasonable thing that they then disappeared and went into the tower at the time that you were trying to find the person that has your 10 gold. And Ragnarok's following you around with a body in that process. So that kind of helps explains a little bit of the disconnect as to where everyone's at, which is good. So moving forward, let's just try to communicate that stuff so that no one's caught off guard as to like, oh, where is he? Where? Why? Who? The room, Elazar's chamber. So just to remind you of the different things that you have in there. Again, there's a bedroll, a desk, and then a bookcase, and then also a chest.
The chest.
The
Yeah, I
chest.
want to walk up there too and see if it's locked.
It is. It is currently locked. It has a keyhole that is attached to that lock.
So what I'm gonna do first, before I try to lockpick that, or pick it, I would like to check the desk first to see if there's a key in there.
While he's doing that, I would like to open that then chest.
With what?
I thought I had the key.
You
No,
find
no,
a-
you
you
have
have
this
a
special
key.
key.
Well, can
No,
I
he
use
did.
that?
He find an additional key.
Oh, he did. Oh,
Yeah. You want to try it against the chest?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it opens.
Oh.
It opens the chest up. You had the right key.
Ah,
Yeah, you just
no.
can't just pretend like you have the right key. You gotta ask if you got the right key. You know? Yeah, it opens up. You find the key. You're like, oh, this must be what this is for. Click. Opens right up. As you lift it up, there's actually quite a soiree of goodies in here.
I'm
So
gonna
I
walk back. To
one
it.
of
is like
the
Take a peek.
one of the first things that you're going to see, and if you actually want to go towards, actually, I don't think there's a nice way of doing this. I might have to do this on my phone
What?
in our chat so that I can show you guys pictures.
Okay.
No, not going to be an easy way to do it. I will upload those photos later. So the first thing, I'm going to describe them based off the photos I have, and then I'll send them later.
Man.
Because I'm trying to help give you guys visual aid. So the first thing that you pull out is a pair of leather bracers. So these leather bracers, as it gets closer to where like the elbow would be, there's a tier of different like plates that kind of give it a little bit of like a jagged layer. There's 4 leather straps that tighten the bracer at like the base of the forearm, and then a leather strap at the front that kind of keeps it tight around the wrist. So that's the first that's the first item that you find in there. The second is a pair of boots. Now these boots are green. They look very slender, and they're about calf height boots. There's a little strap that's around the top of the boot. The boot is a series of green colors that change and darken as they get towards the base of the foot. You find a ring. Now the ring is very unique. It's not a single finger ring. It's a double finger ring. And so
Oh, that's cool.
I know that sounds really bad when I say it like that, but basically what it is it's 2 bands that wrap to a solid bar. So it's not a full ring at the base or at the center, but it does require 2 fingers, and there's a lot of writing glyphs that are all across it in 2 equal lines. So they wrap all the way around the outer layer of this ring, and it's a gold plated ring. The last thing that you find is a helmet. Now, the helmet is probably the most interesting looking thing out of everything here. Because it is a leather helmet with metal fixtures across it, and especially on the faceplate, which is right by the eyes. So the top of it is a mixture of leathers that have a gray pattern, in which the pattern of the leather gives off the appearance of like a brain, and that's at the top of the head, right? And then there's these metal fixtures that cover the ears and cover the forehead. These are very, very distinct, so it gives off this impression of having like an open brain out and about. Now, the front of the helmet, it's open by the mouth, but there's these gold-plated eye fixtures, one of which has a like a purple gemstone that kind of clasps like a monocle right in front by the left eye.
Okay. Well, upon seeing all of this, I start like jumping up and down like a little boy, and I'm like, Nihilus, come see what I found over here, Nihilus. And I summon Nihilus over the chest.
I'll walk over.
Nice. And you see all of that.
Maybe we should split this with our group.
Yeah, we gotta tell everybody about this. We don't found the treasure trove here. I want to try the ring on though, Ethan.
The ring, it fits.
All right, keep it on if it fits.
Okay.
Wait. Do the boots are? If I was to wear those boots, would they be thigh?
Would they be what?
Bruh, don't be wearing everything out there.
He comes down with a new ring and a new pair of boots on. New boot goofing.
Would the boots be thigh high?
Because he's a halfling?
No, they wouldn't be thigh high for you. If you were to put those boots on, because they are not normal boots, they would adjust to your size.
What?
Yeah.
You could trick us into thinking the boots don't fit any of us and they only fit you.
All right.
No. How would you do that? Because I watched
Oh,
you
yeah.
do that.
So what do you guys do?
We pick everything up.
Yeah, I'll grab, since he's wearing both of those things, I'll just grab the helmet and the bracers. But I do want to check the desk.
Okay.
Tear it apart. Just literally just
Go
break
ahead
it.
and
Like
make an investigation check for me.
attack. If you attack the desk and split it in half, nothing can hide.
Attack the desk with the like. The fuck? I got a nat one.
A nat one.
Yeah.
You look at the desk and then are distracted by the fact that
Julia.
Bibbin has put on both the ring and the boots, and you watch as the boots adjust to his size. So they actually shrink so that they can be calf-high boots on a halfling, and it completely perplexes you. You've never seen anything like that for a piece of clothing
you know
that
what?
actually adapts to the wearer, and so
I'm
it
gonna
just catches you off
know
guard.
happened. I'm gonna because I like to like write in my journal. I'm just gonna like
Oh,
pull up my
sorry,
journal,
Tate.
just kind of jot that down
Oh, not athlete.
because I've never seen that before.
Okay, eating food.
Is my fault.
What?
And then the one last thing, can I check the bookshelf since
Yeah.
that was there too?
Sure, make an investigation check.
No, dude, this gnome's about to put all the legendary items on. It's gonna be the most busted gnome ever.
Oh,
I got
I
it.
forgot. You're a gnome, not a halfling. My bad. I'm so sorry.
15, brother.
A 15. You find a book of poetry that's on this shelf.
I can't listen to this bookstore.
You find none of the books that you're hoping to find. But this book
Okay.
of poetry is unique enough because it's, regionally speaking, it is from a region that is closer to the Chondawood, so it catches your eye immediately. Now, when you grab the book and pull it out of the shelf, you actually find that one of the pages is dog-eared. So flipping over to that page, you find that there is a letter that has been tucked inside, and like a handwritten note, basically. So you go ahead and pull out that note, and skimming through it, it is just a folded-up piece of paper that was stuffed in there, but it is Elazar Flydragon's kind of personal writings about an experience that he was able to participate in when he was a lot younger, several decades ago. Now, this event happened within the Chondawood itself. Him and Vanifer had uncovered a potential location for a bridgeway between the material plane and the realm of fire. Now, their hope was to be able to call in Imix, their someone that they refer to with like a monarchical writing. So they treat Imix like a king, and it's almost deific in how they write about him. And so they were hoping to bring Imix forth, but something went very, very wrong, and so they had to abandon the Shondawood altogether. However, the reason for the personal writing kind of really focuses on the fact that Vannifar has been plagued with visions as of late. Concerning a remnant of Imix's power that had escaped from the bridgeway when they arrived. And they've never been able to fully understand what that remnant may be, but that remnant is out there, and they're hoping to recover it so that they can make Imix whole.
Does it describe anything else besides
No,
that
it's
ritual?
basically just like a personal note that Elazar's writing in terms of just like a short recap of how Vannifer's handling it. And she's very overwhelmed and very stressed with that regard, but keeping her composure in terms of making sure that she can do what she needs to do.
That ritual is what I think it is.
You have a strong reason to suspect that. Yeah.
I'm gonna crumple up the paper, and I'm gonna head back down.
Make a sleight of hand check real quick.
Got a 9.
Pippin, you notice that you don't notice like the whole thing, but you do see the point in which Nihilus is crumpling up something and then slides the book back into the bookshelf. And like, do you toss that ball of paper or do you just crumple it?
I'm like clenching it with my fist, like I'm
So you
furious.
see the closed fist and the crumpling of something, and then the book has slid back into the bookshelf, and you catch that out of the corner of your eye with your passive perception.
I raise an eyebrow, and I open my mouth to speak, and I don't say anything. And instead, I don't say anything, but I notice it.
Okay.
I'm gonna start heading down the tower
Mhm.
as fast as I can.
Okay. The two of you head down. Yes.
Can I, or while they were doing that, could I have tried talking to the guy we had captive?
He is currently unconscious, so you'll probably want to wait until he's fully conscious.
Could I try and wake him up?
You do, and it just doesn't work. So
Okay.
his body basically is shut down due to shock. So it's not as simple as just like kind of getting knocked on the head and going unconscious for a little bit. Like his whole body's to some degree is shut down, and it's gonna have to recover. Now he's fine, he's stable, so you know it will. You're really not clear as to when it will be. So someone will need to be on him so that when it happens, you guys can be brought into attention. But you have him hogtied, so it's not.
What if I kill him?
Escape.
What if I kill him and use Revivify? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. But it's an interesting
if you were
thought.
a cleric of another god, I would say, hey, you know what? Go for it. So,
That'd be a pretty badass way to punish someone, though. To be like, I'm not going to let you die, but I'm going to let you feel what death tastes like. Or I'm going to let you taste death, and then I'm going to bring you right back into this fucking cruel world.
so as
That'd be kind of
as
badass.
Oslek's intrusive thoughts are temporarily defeated in this moment as you're pondering the idea of killing him and bringing him back to life just so that you can take him. You see your companions actually walking out of the tower and moving down towards the ground level where they arrive by you. Now at this point, the trio of druids have left, the treants have been dismissed, and the werewolves, one was a werewolf, the lycanthropes have dismissed as well. They've dispersed.
No.
They've just gone down to their camps. They're just not up here. Garena's the only one that stayed
okay.
behind.
Oh.
Did you find anything up there?
Wait, so you're saying that me and Nihilus walk out and we see her, or you're saying we all?
Well,
walk
they're
out?
already out. You and Nihilus walk down, and then out of everyone that's here, it's just the 5 of you. Well, the 6 of you, because you have Elazar with you.
Everyone left except for that one druid.
Mhm.
So it's
Where
just like,
is Where is Elazar?
On Ragnar's shoulder.
Slung over. Hey there, yo. We found some goodies, and I want to pull out all of the items that we found. And then I want to say, now I don't know who is going to get the best use out of what, but I figure we can all figure this out. Now I like this ring here, and I'm gonna keep the ring on, but I'll put everything else out.
This seems distasteful, does it not?
What do you mean? This spoils the conquest.
I'm not sure I quite believe in spoils of conquest. I mean,
Oh, I do.
just because, well,
Are you
What-
saying
what-
you don't want something? Because we can have it all to ourselves.
that's quite a
No.
klepto way of viewing it. I don't believe we have any right to these items. At best, we should donate them. Well, what do we need these for? They're not ours.
Garena kind of butts in and goes, Cleric, your empathy and your compassion betrays you in this moment. How are you going to donate this helmet? What good is it going to do? I'm all for giving alms to the poor, but what are they going to do with that helmet?
Yeah, you saw. I tried to give her my freaking bow earlier, and she spat at me like I was some.
My recommendation, being someone who cares about the well-being of others, that it would do for the greater good for you as a group to utilize the things that you find, because one of them got away. A few of them escaped. And it seems to me that means excuse me, that your adventure is not done. So I imagine that you will be leaving forthwith, and these things may help you along your journey.
You're right. We must return these items immediately.
Nihilus, when she said that one got away, I straight I'm like, yo, Nihilus, you hear that? One got away. But I don't say anything, but I stare at you.
Not
Do I
just
know that
one
he's
got
looking at
away.
me?
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Oh, I make it
I'm
very
just
obvious.
I'm gonna look the other way because it's just everything's pissing me off right now.
It wasn't just one that got away. It was their ringleader. The one that set this all up. The one that truly must face the consequences for their actions.
I want to hold my hand out to Oslek. I want to go, when we got a new ringleader, we're going to go get them all.
What is that ring? It's quite shiny. And I kind of look at it.
I can't separate my two fingers now. They're stuck together because of it, but I feel cool. It's really heavy. I don't know if you've noticed.
You know what I've heard? You know when a crow sees something shiny and he's kind of like a that's what I'm doing at your ring right now. Like kind of like tilting my fucking beaky little head at it like it's
What do
shiny.
you think? I ain't spent enough time out in nature to know what that means. Stop looking at my shiny things. Find your own shiny things.
Well, do you know what it does? What if it's a cursed item? Why would you just put something on like that? You don't even know what it does.
No,
Well,
right.
he even put the boots on. You see those? Those were
Yeah,
regular
he
size.
does have some fancy boots on.
They shrank to his size, and I've never seen that before.
Okay, wait. For clarification purposes, I didn't want to put the boots on, but I'm down to have them on for roleplay purposes because it's
Yeah,
kind of
just for
fun.
fun.
Hell yeah, yeah, and you see me with my spiffy new boots.
Garena actually goes, now those boots I actually am a little bit more aware of. It's not a too uncommon item to see around. They're elven in make, and those are, if I'm correct, those boots will temporarily make you faster.
My brothers and sisters of the forest would approve then. Well, damn it. I can't take two, though. That'd be selfish of me.
Oh, yes.
you know
The
about this
the
ring
divvying
ring?
up of equal shares. I do not miss that.
Wait, I want to ask her about the... Garena, do you know about this ring? Do you know what this ring does?
None of these other items I've ever seen before.
Can you read this? Can anyone read this? And I want to show it to everyone and see if anyone can read it.
What's it
Read
written
what?
in?
The ring, the writing on the ring.
Oh, okay.
What's it written in, Ethan?
It is a language that, when she looks at it a little bit closer, she cannot read. And so she
Wow.
tells you as such. She looks at it and goes, "These runes are not in a language that I'm versed in. So I'm also not a knowledgeable type. So
May I read it?
Yeah, I'll take the ring off and I give it to Oster.
What languages do you know?
Common, Primordial, Celestial. Nah,
Can I,
I can't tell.
Can you pass that ring to me? Maybe I might know something.
Yeah.
What languages do you know?
Thieves' Cant, Infernal, Elvish, and Dwarvish.
Nope. None of those.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Is it in Draconic? Nah, I don't know.
Damn,
Can I put the helmet on?
Yeah, you can put the helmet on.
Yeah.
As you go
All right.
ahead and put the helmet on, one of the things that you begin to notice is it sounds like there's whispers coming into your ears. And these whispers are not necessarily like strange or abnormal. They seem to be in the voices of those around you. So you start to hear the thoughts and the patterns of the people that are speaking near you. Now, the minute as that kind of happens, it dampens immediately so that you're not constantly overwhelmed by the bombardment of everyone's thoughts. And you are currently wearing what is known as the Helm of Telepathy.
That's a pretty gnarly helmet.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? Wait, so this ring... I'm sorry, fuck. How do I say your character's name? Pippin, right? No, right? Pippin? Or
Yeah.
no?
Mm-hmm.
Pippin? Okay. Pippin, wait, so I look at your hand, kind of. You said the ring has both of your fingers stuck together?
Yeah, it's basically, imagine two rings that got glued together, so you have to wear it with two fingers at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Think of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Are you sure that's meant for your fingers? Just kidding.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they fit right on, and I want to put the ring back on. But I will take.
It's a cursed ball ring, is what it is. I think that's what I just got asked. I can assure you that that is not this campaign. Maybe in another campaign.
Homebrew.
Strahd. Oh no. Strahd comes up. I have a ring for you, but it's not meant for your finger. Oh god. No. So it's a ring. No one can read it.
Okay.
That
Well,
sucks.
I want to keep the ring on, but I want to take the boots off.
Okay.
I don't really think that I should be the one to wear these speedy boots. I feel like any one of you is going to get more use out of these than me, seeing as I use a weapon which can be used from range. And then I also want to pull the bracers out, and I want to show them the bracers we found. And we also found these really fancy bracers. Now, Ragnar, I know you're the fighter, but I also don't really think you need these unless you really want them. But
I like the helmet.
he likes the helmet. All right. Who wants? We got bracers and we got boots. Nihilus and Oslic. Yeah, Oslic. That's awesome.
If you give me till tomorrow, I'll be able to identify these items, but I don't have that spell prepared quite yet.
Oh, dude, take the ring. Identify the ring first.
But if you give me by the end of tonight, by the day, I'll be able to identify them and see if they have any magical properties.
Go
But-
ahead. On your seat.
For now, I say we just hold on to them and wait until then.
Hey,
Having 45 movements kind of nuts.
hey, Ethan.
Hmm.
I want to put my fingers on my head and look like I'm focusing really hard and look at Oslek.
Yeah, so part of the Helm of Telepathy is you can either use an action to cast Detect Thoughts on a creature, and as long as you can maintain concentration on that spell, you can use a bonus action to send telepathic messages to the creature that you're focused on. So as you go and try to focus on Oslek, what would be the thing that you think of? Like, what would you start thinking of?
Can he hear me?
And you say that on monotonous repeat, like, can he hear me? Can he hear me? But it's all in your head. And Oslek, you actually start to hear the voice of Ragnar creep into the back of your mind as you begin to hear him in your head.
I can sense that it's not something verbal, it's
You
mental.
can tell very well that something with his helmet is allowing him to do this, since he seems to be very obviously focusing on you. Now, another thing that you can notice that's kind of a tell is that purple monocle that's in front of his left eye, is glowing. So So as he starts to focus on it, it begins to glow, and then the lines around the brain begin to have like a faint glow to them. It's like a purple glow.
I'm gonna walk up to Ragnarok. I'm gonna put my hand over the purple glowy monocle, and I'm gonna say, "It's not a toy, Ragnarok."
Wait, so can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes,
Whoa.
that's a lot
Fun
of
note.
power. You better use it wisely.
One note: you can respond back to him telepathy as long as he's maintaining a focus on you.
Okay, then while he's doing that, I want this conversation to be telepathic. I'm gonna walk up to him, no words, just put my hand over his monocle and telepathically go, "It's not a toy, Ragnarok."
Can I watch
Ragnarok,
this?
that's in your head.
I'm gonna stay in the telepathic conversation.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even moving my mouth, but you can hear me.
Just remember, Ragnarok, whoever's mind you enter, they can also enter yours.
What?
It's a powerful tool, but you must use it wisely. Do not abuse it, Ragnarok.
I am a wizard.
I'm gonna break the telepathic communication. Are we sure we should have given that helmet to Ragnarok? I mean, I'm just not entirely confident.
You can't break the telepathic communication. Ragnarok has to break it.
Okay, well, I'd like to speak verbally.
Yeah, so you speak out loud. Like, was it a good idea? Yeah.
Shut up. I'm gonna say in your head, fear me. Fear my ability.
Okay, I need you to go ahead and make real quick. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
You're
Ocelot.
making me roll a fucking intimidation save.
No, because Ragnarok just accidentally touched on the final feature of this helmet. And he is accidentally casting the spell Suggestion on you. So I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Well, with my proficiency in +5, it is a 22.
Okay, so you are aware that Ragnarok has no idea that he's casting a spell to influence you to fear him, but you feel the magical influence coming from the helmet. Now, because it's a magical item and not raw magical source, you are a lot easier, or it's easier for you to defend against it because it has a limit, has a cap as to how much energy it can throw your way. But you recognize that the helmet is definitely more useful than it betrays initially.
This is great, bro. Give the martial guy the telepathic helmet. Watch him go crazy.
Ragnarok, that's... what did you just do there? Ragnarok, what did you just press the button on the helmet? What did you just do?
Telepathically?
He's doing more than that. Apparently, it has some kind of influential magic. Luckily, I was able to resist it, but that helmet just tried influencing me.
Wait, you're talking out loud right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Ragnarok, you can't.
This is my magical intellect.
Ragnarok, where did you learn that word?
My kobold friend.
All right. I agree with Oslek. I don't think that Ragnarok should have that helmet anymore.
Taking it away from Ragnarok.
I'm gonna pull Janice out and I'm gonna look at Pippin, and in his head I'm gonna say, "Take it from me."
You have capped all of the suggestion, as it's only once per day. So that would have been a really fun opportunity. That would have been a really fun opportunity to have accidentally cast Suggestion on him and have him try to take it from you. But I'm not going to be that rude. So you do tell him in his mind, and in that case, the connection's now broken on Oslek, and it's now swapped over to Pippin. And Pippin, in the back of your head, you hear him say, "Take it from me."
Ragnarok, I won't take it from you while I'm looking you in the eyes. I'll take it from you while you're asleep, while you're worried about something else, while you're preoccupied. Don't you threaten me.
Why can't I have the cool helmet?
You can keep the helmet, but don't make people feel weird.
I was having fun, okay?
Oh, only with us. Don't do that to strangers.
Dude, it's like telling a child.
You're gonna get us in real trouble one day, Ragnar. What the hell is the freaking what alliance are you part of? Lord's Alliance, right?
Yeah.
What the hell is the Lord's Alliance recruiting these days? My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so you have the helmet. I have the ring. Gabe, you want to identify these items, right? You said, Gabe.
He
The
can't
rest
until
of
the
them?
Yeah.
morning.
Okay.
'Cause
All right,
I
never
have
mind. Just take all three of them then and identify them.
Okay.
So whatever you can. Yeah, it's fine. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, let me communicate this. I've been practicing a new spell. I thought it might give us a comfier night's rest while we're out here on the road. If you're all okay with it, may I practice it and show you all in front of you?
Well,
If it's safe.
yeah.
More than safe. And then I'm going to get out my holy symbol and I'm going to cast Leomund's tiny hut.
I counter spell, Ethan.
You don't have counterspell.
Damn
You
it.
cast Leomund's tiny hut, and a tiny hut actually is enveloped. It's conjured around you, around all of you, and so he magically creates this very spacious hut.
Let's go.
It's got little
Holy lordy,
hut
me
rooms,
almighty.
little hut rooms for you guys, and
I'm gonna
living
point
room.
to a I'm gonna
Nice,
point to a
cozy.
private. Is there a private quarters kind of at all?
yeah, there's little hut rooms. Little hut rooms.
Okay. I'm gonna point into the direction of one of the rooms and I'm gonna say, "I'll be in my studies with these items. If you need me, I'll be there." And then I'm gonna kind of head off.
Wait. What of Elazar? Where is he gonna be?
He is on the floor.
I know, but I was speaking
Can we
to
tie him to a post or something?
Oslek.
We should probably interrogate him. His time with us is not done quite yet.
Wait, Ethan,
Then-
Ethan, if I use my rope trick inside of Gabe's tiny hut, and then we put Alazar inside of the rope trick, technically he would only, if he escaped the rope trick, he would just come out into Gabe's tiny hut, right?
What does your rope trick do?
It's the rope trick spell. Hang on, I'm pretty sure it's. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, what is this mysterious rope trick?
You all right? So you touch a length of rope that is up to 60 feet. One end of the rope rises into the air until the whole rope hangs perpendicular to the ground. At the top end of the rope, an invisible entrance opens to an extra dimensional space that lasts until the spell ends. It's it's just one action. It's not concentration. It lasts for up to an hour, and you can get to the space by climbing the rope. The space can hold as many as 8 medium or smaller creatures. The rope can be pulled into the space, making the rope disappear from view outside the space. Attacks and spells can't cross through the entrance into or out of the space, but those inside can see
So
out.
it creates a little pocket dimension.
Yeah, but if you're inside, you can see out.
Problem.
So like,
Creating pocket dimensions within pocket dimensions is a known disaster.
it's like putting the bag in the bag, right? Okay.
You would have killed us all, probably.
No, I don't.
Probably.
I don't think we should try. I think we'll.
So
All
I'll
right.
warn you now, so then moving forward, if it happens, you're screwed.
No.
No, wait, it'll be kind of cool. So, guys, forget.
Yeah, that'd be an instant TPK. The what?
I mean, the
I don't-
campaign probably would end to some degree.
It just disappeared. It's a new system.
Well, you would collapse upon yourself into the astral plane and wander the astral dimension. For how long, I do not know. But surely no one would be around to save the Desert Valley, so you consign a lot of people to their death.
Oh, but so you say, what are we gonna do about what's his name? I want to keep saying
Elazar.
Salazar. But I know
Elazar.
Elazar. Okay, I'm gonna turn my shoulder, or I'm gonna turn my head behind my shoulder. You're right. We should probably Sorry, I'm fucking role playing to the ghost behind me. Fucking. You're right. We should probably interrogate him. Let me put these items away, and I'll be right back.
He puts the items away. He comes back. Elazar is still unconscious. His body's
All right.
not fully woken.
bag, a wrench, a blowtorch. All right.
Maybe not.
I have a dagger. I'll just, if you like, I can take watch. In case we want to interrogate him tomorrow, he might wake up then.
Jesus.
I'm gonna. Can I try and throw a water over his face?
Yeah.
Well, that okay. I'm gonna go grab.
What water do you have? Do you have water?
There's not a running plumbing system in my Liamon's tiny
In
hut.
your
That
hut? Do you know what a hut is? It's not a house. No.
could I do I have like rations with water in it, or like a water skin with some water
you
in
can have a
it?
water skin, so you open up your water skin and pour it out on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
You
you pour
can't-
out water on him.
Do anything?
Mm-mm.
No.
Can I slap him across the face?
Yeah, you do.
It's pointless.
Like
We
I
might
said,
as
we
well-
should wait until tomorrow.
I don't think we should leave him out of our eyes, though.
I know. That's why I said I can watch him. if
Why
you
don't
like.
we just take turns? You can still rest.
I can watch him now if you like. I would rest
Sure.
if I were you.
I'll watch him last, and while I'm watching him, I can work on identifying the items once I wake.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. You guys get the benefits of a long rest
Yeah.
after just leaving Garena out in the middle.
Oh, she
of
could have
that-
come in.
Oh no, she
Fuck.
wasn't. She wasn't going to. She
Okay.
used that as a good opportunity to turn into a squirrel and flutter off to where she must go next. You wake up in the morning after watching Elazar throughout the night. He is yet to have been awoken. He has not fully recovered, it seems, from his wounds. He is still unconscious, and so you imagine that you just are going to have to wait it out while you travel him back. If you want to Riverguard Keep, or you could deal with him here and wait until he wakes up.
I'm gonna wait until he wakes up. Or wait, I should talk
We don't
about
know
that.
how long that could be. Like, you could be
Yeah.
on a full-on coma.
He's not
Yeah, so-
faking it.
Yeah, he is.
No.
So you guys could consider him to a degree comatose.
Jesus.
I just can't tell you. Yeah. How.
We
Oh,
should just take him back. We can interrogate him there, like in the chapel or wherever we want, like jail cell or whatever that we have in the keep. And plus we can keep him there when he wakes up, because like that's our little like HQ. We can, and for security purposes, we can put a bag over his head.
Would I be able to tell if he's cursed?
You would need to have something that could detect a curse.
Okay.
Hey, since
So
it's the morning, is that that like fireman thing still lit, or is it?
No, it is out, but it's still smoking. So it's not
And-
burning, but it's been smoking for hours.
Wait, Gabe,
Yeah.
did you say the curse thing out loud? Like, in character? Okay. When he says that, can I, like, use my magic awareness? You know what that is for the barbarian?
No.
Oh, this might be my class feature.
Okay.
It's an action.
Mhm.
I know the location of any spell or magic item.
Mhm.
So would I be able to detect any magic on him?
If it's magic, you said magic item specifically in the description.
It says, yeah, know the location of any spell or magic item.
Okay. He is not under the effect of a spell. The
Okay.
last thing that affected him was being impaled to a giant flaming wicker and being scorched across his back. All he did was he just went into shock. He's unconscious from his pain.
Did we heal him? We healed him, right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's not dying. He's just not awake. And he's not awake because of what happened to him.
Yeah.
So you can wait however long it may take for him to recover here, or you could carry him back to Riverguard Keep and hope he doesn't or does recover on the way.
So, fuck. Oh, after I identified the items, were any of them? Did I get gain any new insight on them at all?
Yes. So, going through the items that you have acquired, the bracers are a pair of bracers of defense. The boots are a pair of boots of haste. The ring is a ring of spell storing. The ring of spell storing currently contains 3 spells stored within it, all 3 of which are just like fire type spells. So you have Burning Hands, fire version of Chromatic Orb, and then a Scorching Ray spell that are stored in it currently.
Would I be able to switch out the spells in there?
I think you'd probably have to use those spells first and then store new ones after.
Yeah, you gotta use the spell. Yeah.
So can I cast all 3 of the spells and then put new spells in them?
Mm-hmm. If you want. It can
I feel like it'd be best for
It
you.
can store up to 5 levels of spells at a time. So, like, if you have a 3rd level spell and a 2nd level spell, that's 2 spells.
And that's 2 spells. Okay. I am then. And do I need components to cast it still, or?
So you do technically you cast the spell into the ring, and you do so that the ring holds on to it, and then the ring spends it when you decide you want to spend it.
So I could put Revivify in the ring and not have to have that 100 gold diamond to use it?
No, you still would need the 100 gold diamond because it demands a monetary amount.
But it gives me an extra 3rd level spell, though, basically.
You're very right. You could put Revivify in here so that in the event that you needed to cast your last 3rd level spell slot, that you're not stressed about someone dying.
That would be really good.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to lay all the... I'm going to kind of... Everyone over here, I've got the items. And then as everyone's gathered up, I'm going to kind of sprawl them all out on the table. I'm going to start with the bracers. These are just braces of defense. They're magical, right?
They are magical.
They're magical braces of defense.
And they are only wearable by people who are not wearing armor. That is the point of these bracers. They're designed for unarmored combatants.
Yeah.
And Ragnarok
So who would that be, then?
right?
That would be Ragnarok. Ragnarok is the only unarmored combatant.
I'm going to pick them up and hold them out towards Ragnarok, and I'll say... they only work with people without armor, so I figure these are for you, Ragnarok. And then I'll hand them off to Ragnarok.
I'll sadly put the helmet back down.
These boots here are boots of haste. In case you non-spell casters aren't aware, haste will allow you to be more efficient in everything you do, combat, mobility, and the sorts. I'm not sure who should have these, so I'll leave them here for now. Obviously, we all know what the helmet does after Ragnarok's demonstration for us yesterday. Thank you, Ragnarok. And then I'm going to move on to the ring. And hopefully you all don't mind, but I think this might suit me best. It's a ring of spell storage, so
Osley. Now, I said that was my ring. You just said you were going to figure out what it did.
But do you cast spells?
Yes, I do cast spells. What?
What spells do you cast?
What spells do I cast? Minor Illusion, Zephyr Strike, Hunter's Mark, Cure Wounds, Fog Cloud, Cast Without Trace, Spike Growth.
But wouldn't it be best to give it to the cleric so he can store healing spells within it?
Well, wouldn't it be best to give it to the healer who can heal that no one expects to heal?
I hear where you're coming from, Pippin, and I don't entirely disagree with you. But I believe possibly these boots might do you more justice, as you are a ranger.
I'm a tiny little guy. I move around.
That the mobility will be helpful for anyone, but that's not my main point. My main point is it will allow you to say you're shooting 1 arrow. You could shoot 2 in the exact same amount of time and do double the damage. I think these also might
work. Out of game real quick, right? The boots are literally only a +5 to movement.
No.
I
Right?
thought that's all they were.
Is that all they are,
No.
Ethan?
You use a I believe it's a bonus action to cast haste on yourself.
I thought you said they were just a +5 to move.
No. Boosts of haste. They make you faster, but it's not a +5 to your movement. You use a bonus action to click your heels together, and it casts the spell haste. You don't suffer from the lethargic effect when the spell ends if it's from these boots, and you can do that once per day.
Yeah, it's still better for Omar to take it because Omar, you're our main damage dealer.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So boost of haste. What it would do is it would give you a second action.
Oh, okay. Well,
It would give you.
He can
It would double your movement speed, or I think it gives you.
that's the thing. If you move,
Yeah,
if
it doubles
you
your
can
movement
move,
speed, and then it gives you a +2 to your armor class, as well as I think advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a whole effect.
I do agree that I think these would fit Nihilus better, but if you must take the ring, I won't fight you on it, and I won't push the rest of the evening, or morning. But I do believe they might suit me better, as in I'm the only one here who can bring you back to life if you die.
that's not
And if
true.
I
I can do that eventually, but I will learn.
Eventually means so many. Eventually, I might be able to take out Tiamat, but that means nothing as of now. If you really must take the ring, I won't fight you on it, but I think it might do me better. The helmet, I can't find much use of.
Just to
Plus-
specify for clarity's sake, who puts the spell into the ring of spell storing is irrelevant. So anyone could put a spell into as long as they cast it, can put a spell in the spell ring. And so it's not like spellcaster dependent. So you can use it to a degree as like a shared item where you guys are kind of like planning like what kind of spells we have in it, and then who holds it just for the sake of holding it. You have a little bit more versatility with it because it's not like user dependent.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh no, I know. My claim to this ring is simply for the fact that when we are done with our time as a little band of adventurers, all of my spoils of conquest go back to my people in the Emerald Enclave to help us in our message. I got people waiting on me at home that I got to get stuff like this back to. So excuse me for my ostentatiousness in my approach towards this, but this is going to go on to serve many, many, many of people.
I have no desire to accumulate wealth, and once this item is past my usage, I never plan to hold on to it. But
I'm glad
if
that
you
I'm
must
a bit-
take the ring, at least meet me halfway and let me enchant some spells into it. So for my peace of mind, we have another set of healing spells that can bring us back from a divot.
I ain't opposed to that, but what's on it right now?
I believe it's all fire incantations. Nothing I specialize in.
Oh, but that sounds fun. We got to at least see what they do.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
go outside and shoot
burning
it.
hand, scorching ray, and a fire chromatic orb.
Imagine you use all of them at once.
That's what I was gonna do. I was literally about to go out there, use them all, and fill them up with healing
Well,
spells.
no, because it's an action probably. But
You know how scary that'd be? We just see fire everywhere.
Smokey
And
the
then
bear
it
would be
just-
so mad.
Who would be mad?
Smokey the bear.
Oh,
Or Smokey.
or smoke.
Poor Smokey the bear. I wonder if there's
Oh.
people from other states that are just like, who?
Oh, Ethan, I grabbed the helmet.
Mhm.
I put it on my head,
That thing is
Okay.
reasonable.
and I kind of fumble around to see if I can hit any button that Ragnarok might have pressed yesterday.
Yeah.
And I try and probe into Pippin's mind,
Yeah.
and I say, "You
Oh.
want me to have the ring?"
Do you cast suggestion with it?
yeah.
Okay. Pippin, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. You have to be a 13 because it's an item's DC.
Wait, what is this?
Wisdom. saving.
Wisdom.
Oh god, dude. Oh, well, it's a 14 plus.
No.
Yeah, so you feel the effects of the spell, and you remember that Oslek had mentioned the night before that it has manipulative magical effects, and so you are not caught off guard when he decides to turn those onto you. And you are able to repel it from your mind.
And I hear Oslick's voice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You don't hear it, you sense it in your brain.
I sense it.
But you don't challenge me on that. You just push it away and don't say anything.
No, I just stink at you.
It was a joke. I apologize, and then I kind of awkwardly take the helmet off, like we're good. Sorry for the friendly fire.
Is this helmet even reasonable for us to like carry around as just like a carried magic item, or is it kind of like clunky?
For what?
I mean, can you just shove it in a bag of holding and like it's gone?
What?
The helmet. How big? Because the way you describe the helmet, it sounds like it's this big old headdress.
Yeah.
No, it's like a helmet. It's just its design is unique. So it's just like a normal leather helmet. It's just where the top of the head is. It has the appearance as if it's an exposed brain.
Okay.
So it's not massive and like this wide, like big brainiac looking thing. It's a normal helmet that gives off the impression. I'll show the pictures later in the Discord, and you guys will see it'll make perfect sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are you guys all satisfied?
No, we'll carry it. Okay. I bet, man, it's kind of hard to get a use out of that helmet without being like super obvious about what you're using the helmet.
We don't have to.
Is there a range to that helmet?
Nope. You just gotta be able to see him.
So we can go from a distance and do that too. That's pretty
yeah,
good.
you just gotta be able to see him so that you can use the connection.
Oh, wait. So if we're able to see them, right? Let's say I were to wear that and try to suggest something to someone, and I'm looking at them through my telescope. That could work, right? Because I can see them.
I probably wouldn't say so because they would probably need to. Okay, that probably. Hold on, let me read it. While wearing this helmet, you can use the action to cast Detect Thoughts as long as you maintain concentration on the spell. Okay, so it's dependent on the spell. So let's go Detect Thoughts. Detect Thoughts D&D 5e. It is 30 feet of you. So
No.
yeah, it's a 30-foot range.
So
Dang it.
when I use the spell from the helmet, does it tell them that I'm using? Like, do they automatically know I'm detecting their thoughts, or is it just when I try and control them?
It doesn't tell them that you're detecting their thoughts unless you... Because when you cast Detect Thoughts, you can actually attempt to probe deeper, so you only get surface-level thoughts. And that's... They don't know. But if you want to, like, really dig into their thoughts to figure out what it is that they're truly thinking of, they'll know that. The second is if you use Suggestion, they'll know that too.
What if they're sleeping?
That's a good question.
Oh.
Wait, Ethan, what do the bracers do?
They give you a +2 to your armor class.
Oh,
Good for you.
nice.
I mean, honestly, we should just load you up with all of it and watch you go crazy.
No.
Cans them a deck of many things.
No, this guy would have 45 mobility, 17 AC, and three fire spells,
Yeah. And a helmet.
and a helmet,
Yeah.
and haste. Yeah.
Okay.
Pippin, will you at least waste one of those spells right now so I can put the Revivify in there?
No, we don't need no Revivify yet, man. We'll know when we're getting nervous. I want to try these on some deserving folk.
I'm afraid that when you need a life-saving spell, it might be a little too late to analyze the situation for it. But if you insist, I can't force you.
How about this? He can use one of the spells on Eleazar so that it's lighter for us to travel back.
We don't need to injure him. He's already captive.
Wait, you're saying you want to Elazar right now?
No, I'm not saying to kill him right now. It was just a suggestion.
I'll read it.
Yeah, you can read his mind. You like doing that, I guess.
The helmet.
I don't want to do that.
Because if we can't wake them up,
Is Elazar still comatized, you said?
He's still unconscious.
Unconscious?
But he could have thoughts moving in his, in his head.
He could.
I'll carry. Wait, can I try and use detect thought? You say that out loud, Nihilus?
What? That I said that you can probably like detect like detect his thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that out loud.
That's an interesting thought. I'm surprised I haven't thought of it. I'm gonna kind of glance over at Elazar and try and use detect thoughts on him.
Can you suggest him to wake up?
I already used suggestion on you.
That's a good question,
So
though.
you go ahead and cast detect thoughts, and his surface level thoughts are dead.
Dead?
Yeah, his surface level thoughts, they don't exist. They're dead.
Can I probe deeper?
Yeah, you could attempt to, and you find out in his unconsciousness that he is constantly thinking about this massive entity. It is a swirling being of fire akin to a massive kind of a humanoid form, but amorphous, not really, no solid parts to it. But the flames begin as a tornado and then begin to sprout out like arms and not legs, but mostly just arms. And at the top of it, you can occasionally see a face that kind of peers its way out. And this is like the central theme of his subconsciousness. And you keep hearing the name Imix.
The Imix?
Imix.
How do you spell that?
IMIX.
Can I roll a religion check?
Mm-hmm.
Or can I try and probe my religious?
Mm-hmm.
My religious. Okay.
Yeah.
Religion's wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then it would be a 23.
You know that this is nothing that you've ever read about before, but you remember that when you guys were bound together the night before, that Vanifer and Elazar had made mention of this Imix, and they spoke of him in this deific sense, and this vision is given in some form of like reverential aspect. So Elazar is revering Imix. It's deific in its praise and worship. You don't know if Imix is truly a deity.
Do you say that name out loud, Gabe?
No. I'm just probing right now. I haven't said anything. Is there anything else deeper I can find, or is that about it?
No, that's about it.
Can I try and speak to him through his mind?
You can attempt to, yeah.
I'm going to say it to him. Imix has abandoned you if you choose to flee and not awaken now.
You hear silence. And then, no. Cast you, serpent. Cast you to the flames. You deceiver. Liar!
Your flames will be swallowed by Elmata's darkness. They mean nothing here.
Elmata. No. No, you lie. You're a liar. Your god cries on the rack. No. You will bask in Imix's light. Whoever you
Enix-
are.
Bro, this guy is a straight fanatic, dude. He's all about.
Oslek. Is he
Enix is
speaking
no
with you?
god. No god I've never heard. A god is no god. A name I've never heard. Where do you even find this make-believe deity?
You will learn that Imix is more real than your god ever will be.
What happens when we combine the 4 key fragments and enter?
Silence. He's now refusing to answer.
You know as well as I that Elmata is a merciful god. If you work with me, then maybe your future might be able to come true.
Silence. questions can prod. And you ask a few more just for thematic purposes. You're
Yeah.
trying to get more out of him. But you have an indication that he's not forthright to give you more. He's still unconscious though, so he doesn't wake up from this experience. I will say, for the sake of things that you guys are, after you guys get the items divvied out, that you guys have begun your travel back to Riverguard. Was there anything major that you guys wanted to do before you got back?
Kill him.
No. Say bye to Grena. Yeah.
She was gone in the morning.
Oh, she didn't even say anything to us?
Well, yeah, because someone casted the Yeoman's tiny hut and said goodbye. So you just casted the hut and you guys were gone.
See ya.
Yeah, you guys dipped out.
Yeah.
Right in front of her.
All right, we
This turned to a squirrel fucking ran away.
Yeah.
Ragnarok, I'd like to stay close with you just to manage Elazar, make sure that he's stable and doesn't pass on us before we're able to get proper information out of him.
Don't worry, it's a good hog tie.
Throughout our journeys back, Ethan, am I able to kind of check up on Elazar while I'm with Ragnarok and cast Spare of the Dying just to make sure he's stable and everything? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing kind of big happens from that, but yeah.
I know some fuckers have tricked us on the rides back.
I know. On our travel back, I'm gonna uncrumple the note that I had crumpled and just read it again. And this time I'll fold it and actually put it back in my bag.
All right.
But I just want to be like looking at Elazar or whatever the entire time.
Would my passive perception notice that at all? Like him, like the piece of paper at all?
No, because I imagine she would be doing it while you were busy.
Yeah, because if we're walking, then she'd be behind me anyways, and I wouldn't see her. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys begin to travel for a little bit more time before you make the kind of outskirt lands that surround the Riverguard Keep. In your absence, it seems that the members of the delegation who had stayed behind have made themselves a little bit busy in your absence, and you are quite surprised to be met by a scout, one of the delegation members who is now taking on the role of a scout to see if any oncoming threats are nearby. And so a younger human man who's probably in his early 20s runs up, bright colored hair, youthfulness in his appearance, other than obviously what he's gone through has added some years onto his life. But he looks over and goes, you all, I don't know what to refer to you as, but it is very important that you guys come back to Riverguard Keep. It's very important. A trio of knights arrived at the end of the night yesterday and said that they were looking for you.
Giants? You mean like
No, knights. Knights.
Oh,
Knights.
Sorry, forgive me. I'm short. It's not hearing. Okay.
Knights of what order?
They match you, and I think they said they were looking for you specifically.
Where are they?
They're back at the keep. They're currently out, just wandering in the keep.
How did they arrive here?
We couldn't really tell them no. They look like they could kill us without a second question. So, but they've been very friendly, very nice. But they're there.
Good. I appreciate you. Thank you. You did your job wonderfully. And I'm gonna look at the rest of my party. I'll be off. I'm gonna go talk with my compatriots, and I'll be back to let you know what they say.
Wait,
well, I mean, he's like, we could all just go together. We haven't even made it to the keep yet.
Yeah,
sure.
are we all going there?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, who's that? He points to Elazar.
No, it's just a friend. We found him on the way back. He had a little too much fun.
Make a deception check.
What?
Yeah.
I wasn't lying.
Don't lie to the scout.
That wasn't a lie. Dude. He's our friend, and he had too much
No,
fun.
it's not your friend. He tried to kill you.
Well, I think that we just have a different definition of friend.
You're right. One that marks you as a liar. That's what our differences are.
All right. Well, I got a 7.
A 7. Have you seen his back? His back looks. Did you guys leave him on a fire? What did you do?
No. I told you he had too much fun out drinking the good old,
Okay, I get it. I'm too young. You don't want me to know. I'm 22 moons of age. I'm quite positive I can handle it, but it is what it is. All right, let's get back to the keep.
You don't need to ask questions you know the answers to. He's a prisoner,
And I could barely be in the
and that's all you need to.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's head back.
You know,
And he
be fun.
kind of starts leading you guys back to
No.
the Riverguard Keep, and as you guys get to the gatehouse, you're able to walk through, and you kind of maneuver around that entrance area that you guys had fought the Riverguard pirates not some time ago. Before you reach the area that's outside where the chapel's at. And now outside of that, you see a trio of knights that are all fully armored to some degree, and they're all very distinctly unique. So there's one who is kind of off to the side. So the two that you initially see, their bodies turn to you as you're approaching. The third is kneeling in prayer. The first that you notice is a high elf, and she has very bright blonde hair. And she's got a darkened set of armor that is a mixture of like blacks and silver that kind of create this like twilight air like level of like dusk upon the armor. She has a symbol of Ilmater strapped to her chest, a holy symbol of Ilmater. And she has a bow slung across her back, and then you can see that there's 2 daggers that are in sheaths at her waist side on the back end. And so she's got her arms crossed and looks at you. The other guy he's a little bit less armored. So this one's got a set of metal armor. The elf has metal armor that looks very form-fitting. And so it seems to be a slender material, though you imagine it's still really durable. It's well known that the craftsmanship of the elves kind of transcends a lot of the limitations of human forge works, though not the limitations of dwarven forge works. They just have an issue with size because they're small. The human that's here is dressed up in like a metal breastplate and has some metal greaves on. But you can see where his dark ebony skin kind of shows off from his forearms as well as his head. He's got black hair, which is kind of in the early stages of frowing, but it's kept down a little bit. So it's kind of got that initial shape, and he's got a very, very thick black beard. He has an earring on his right ear that has like a weird rock formation at the end of it that has some vines wrapped around it. And he has a shield that is a massive oval. It's a massive oval shield. And then he has a very intricate curved sword that he has sheathed across his back. And when I say sheathed, it's a very difficult blade to sheath because it actually has jagged points that and in the way that it curves, it couldn't fit into a sheath as it is. So it's actually it's like clasped in. So there's a clasp on his back that keeps the blade affixed to his armor. And he's got his arms crossed. And then the person who's kneeling in prayer, you actually hear the end bits of that prayer. And so as you guys are walking up, you hear it just very softly, "And may the Father of he who suffers just continue to guide me in my footsteps as we continue to seek to bring your will onto this earth." And then he closes a prayer book, he tucks that to the side, and then as he picks himself up, you see a bit older half-orc. And this half-orc has a scar that is across his left eye. It looks like something's raked it. And his hair, where that scar starts, is actually separated. And so it looks like it cut through the skin, kind of down the face, and so the hair is kind of separated a bit. And he's got a very immaculate set of plate mail on him currently, and then a massive Zweihander, so a two-handed greatsword that's got a leather component at kind of like just above the hilt so that he can hold it 2 hands and swing it around a little bit more aggressively. and he's got that at his side. And so he goes ahead and stands up and picks up the blade and carries himself tall. Now, Oslek, right away you know who this is. This person marks out like immediately. You just haven't seen him in quite some time. This is Uktar. Uktar, who is someone that you've known for quite a while, so he's immediately... Granted, the scar that's across his face is a very, very new addition, so something has changed in the time since you first met him until now. That is an absolutely new appearance, and then you've also never met these people who are traveling with him currently, so they're also very new to you, but they are your brothers and sisters in Ilmater. And so he looks at you all, and as he stands firm, he takes the sword and goes, "Brother Oslek, it is a pleasure to see you."
It is a pleasure to see you too. It seems you've acquired a new companion on your face there, for lack of better words, I guess.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure the women had a little bit of a better chance of dating you. I had to make sure I marred up the features a little so that you had a little bit of ease. And he walks up to you with a bit of like an open camaraderie and goes ahead and clasps your arm. And as he does that, he reaches in and gives you a hug. He's like, "Oh, it's good to see you, brother." And he goes ahead and gives you that hug. And he kind of like does the thing where like he's still holding your hand and it's kind of like got an arm on your shoulder and it's kind of like, "How have you been? How was your travels? We came here as quick as we could. We have important news for you, but that can wait. It's not emergent. How have you been? How have your travels led you, brother?"
They've been complicated, but I've been doing my best to push the ideals of Ilmater wherever I go.
Blessed are those who can do so in the face of such adversity. The Suffering God does not look downly upon those who are capable of standing firm in the faith, despite the overwhelming odds that might push against them. Your companions, it would be a pleasure to meet you all. So I'll go through some introductions so that you're all aware of who I am. I am Uktar the Lionheart. I am a stalwart paladin of Ilmater and the lead champion of the Companions of the Noble Heart. With me, I've brought a few of my initial founding knights, and he points to the High Elf. This is Kayanala Sagegrove, who is our traveling cleric, and then points over to the human, the Chultan man, and this is Kualu Mwenye, who we picked up in Chult and has been traveling with us ever since.
It is a pleasure to meet you both, brothers and sisters.
Kayanala looks at you and kind of gives a curt nod and goes, "The pleasure is mine, brother Oslek." And Kualu looks and goes,
We've I'd love to catch up.
No. I am kidding. It is a pleasure to meet you, brother.
Oh, I would have taken no offense either or, but I would love to catch up. But unfortunately, we have a prisoner with us, someone we've captured from the last mission we were on.
You see, Kualu looks over at Uktar and goes, "Well, that is a little bit of why we are here. We're here to assist you in a particular matter. Uktar can tell you more. But the Ilmatari stand with you, brother. We will not let you fail. I promise."
And I will do my best to succeed.
And he kind of pushes off and stands back, and Uktar goes, The Order of the Gauntlet had found it fitting to send our newly established order. We were given blessing by the Arch-Sufferer to re-establish this once noble order of paladins in hopes of restoring it to its former glory. And one of our first missions right now is to assist you in a matter that is quite particular. It does relate to this prisoner, as I imagine. We both are aware of the heavy cult activity that has been identified in this region.
More than heavy cult. In fact, I'd say it's an infestation.
Yes. When Paladar Onthar Froom told me of what was going on, he did tell me to bid you his apologies for not being able to tell you fully of what it was that was going on in the region. He said he had given you very clear instructions of what it is that you are to do while you were out here. But he does apologize for not being able to tell you fully about the dangers that he knew he was sending you into. From here, we are to assist you with a matter that I imagine is going to be a little bit more difficult. But we know of the Knights of the Feathergale Spire. And Bruldenthar here was, and Bruldenthar kind of standing off the side, was very fortunate enough to tell us that it was the Vulture Riders themselves who had assisted in their capture. And
As
so
we had
we're here to
suspected.
assist you in confronting them and to bringing them to justice. So the Knights of the Companions of the Noble Heart stand with you.
I'm proud that you all choose to stand with us, and hopefully we can avenge our fallen brothers. But we do need to
Our
figure
fallen
out
brothers. We've had no brothers fall. Unless I'm
Well, what-
mistaken. Did you come with a smaller ensemble?
I mean the fallen in the caravan that had been raided by the vultures.
Yes.
My apologies.
Yeah, you see Kainala actually looks and goes, well, just be mindful that your compassion doesn't breed heresy.
I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine.
Just a gentle admonishment. There is no further concerns from this point. I am going to go look at a couple more of the delegation members here. They look severely malnourished, and now that we've kind of gone over, a little bit of formalities, I'm going to go and see if I can relieve some of the suffering that is around. Kualu, please try not to hurt someone or punch anything. And he looks, no promises.
But
And
but
you
before
can
you're
see, Ragnarok, that he's kind of giving you an eye.
He wants to fight you.
Can I insight that?
Yeah. And I'm going to give you advantage because you were a gladiator.
You're gonna have to take
Oh,
that.
shit. Hey, whoa, we don't know that.
I can tell right now, man. This is straight like two rams
Tournament battle me.
button forward.
Oh, shit, that's a really bad one.
What'd you get? Oh,
Unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. So one of the things that you find very, very interesting about this is that he carries with him weapons of his homeland. So the shield that he has with him is a weapon that you've been given the opportunity to wield in the gladiatory arena that you were put in. And it is known as an Isalongu shield. So it's just basically elongated, like an oval shield. They're traditionally made with like reeds, wood, and sticks. They don't normally face weaponry of a more, I guess, like advanced technological style. And so, the shields that you're used to in the Sword Coast probably would do a lot better. But this is a shield that resembles that. So it's actually a bit more of like a modern shield that's given that cultural kind of appearance to it. The next thing is that his blade is it's an executioner's blade from Chult. So it is known as a Ngombe Ngulu. And it is a sword that kind of resembles a Kopesh in the sense that it's like a sickle sword, but it is meant as an executioner's blade and is proficient in chopping off heads. And so the curve is at the end of the blade and has enough space where the the neck would be.
oh, is that the? I know what you're talking about with the little curvy thing in it. Yeah, that's messed up. Man. Dude, the craziest.
Yeah. And the eye that he's giving you is kind of like a respectful, like, it would be, I'd love to fight you. Like, I'd love to spar with you. Like, that'd be dope.
He'll take your head off.
Yeah. So you size him up pretty well.
I'm gonna drop what's his face? I'm just gonna drop him on the ground, and I'm gonna walk up to that guy.
Yeah, you just drop Elazar onto the floor and you walk straight up to him. And he has to, like, hold a chuckle for a second. He's like, were you just going to drop him?
I'm gonna grin at him, and then
What are you doing?
I like your weapons.
Thank you.
You're giving me a certain eye that
My weapons are from my homeland, Jolt.
jolt.
Mm.
That's
Jungle
that,
continent to the east.
the island, if I'm correct.
Not an island. Bigger. Quite bigger.
All right. Well, you're giving me an eye that a lot of people would give me when I worked in the rings, the gladiator rings.
Ah, you are a fellow athlete. It is not often I see people of my kind. Warriors at heart, athletes, performers, entertainers. I could always tell.
Yes, I was actually the best.
Where were you at? Waterdeep? Baldur's Gate?
Yeah. It was in Waterdeep.
Ah, that is nothing. The slate bends of Cholton. They pit you against dinosaurs. Have you ever fought a Stegosaurus before?
No.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is.
Well, I have taken down 2 Triceratops myself, so...
All right.
And you're gonna fight him, dude?
Well, I
Here's
say
the
we
thing,
put-
though. You don't know what he's talking about. You have no idea what he's... You're like, okay. Whatever that is.
Before, what's his name? Ughtar, or is it Ug?
Ughtar is the half-orc. Kawalu is the Cholton that's talking with...
I want to, before, Ughtar was about to dismiss himself, right? Or was it the woman?
The woman dismissed herself, Kayanala, because she wanted to go check on some of the delegation members. She said they seemed a little bit malnourished, and she wanted to go just make sure that they had enough to eat.
Before Kayanala left, I'd like to offer her something, like right before she leaves.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you have any use for this, but I definitely don't. I've collected this on my adventures. Yeah, it's quite a thick pelt, and I'm gonna hand her the manticore pelt that I have. Maybe they might have use for it.
She takes it and goes, thank you. Okay, I will see what we can do with this. You could probably fetch quite a bit of money for this manticore pelt, and we could probably use it to buy a lot of provisions for the people here if they're going to be staying for a while.
My apologies that I leave all the heavy lifting to you.
We bear the burdens together, brother.
Agreed.
And then she just awkwardly walks away and goes off.
I'll leave too.
Koala
I didn't know what to do with this.
Koala looks at you, Ragnarok, and goes, I make you a deal. You and me, we spar? If you beat me, I make call you brother.
I'll never turn down a good spar.
I did not think so. Fists? That's always a good spar.
This? I'll gently set down Janice.
He unclasps his weapons and put them off to the side. And then his metal greaves, he actually undoes the clasps on those and takes them, or his gauntlets, he takes those off. So that he's using bare fists.
Gotta take your gauntlets off, dude.
Ragnarok, it's only fair if you take those armor braces off you've just acquired.
Oh,
No.
right.
No, leave them on.
Damn it.
I care not for braces. I just don't want to damage. I don't want to break my gauntlets on his face.
No. Get dragged, right?
No, it's a friendly spot. It's nothing. It's no dig. Unless you suck, then I'm going to be digging you quite a bit. And he kind of like gets into a little bit of like a fighter's position, but it's one that has like a kind of like consistently moving upper body. And so his legs are for the most part planted, but his upper body's kind of just constantly in motion to like make it difficult to maybe narrow down where something will come from.
I'll give you 25. I'll give you 25 gold to throw the fight.
Dude, Ragnarok's not going to throw a fight.
For 25 gold?
No.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't care about gold.
Hey, can I want the helmet. Where's the helmet?
Osik has the helmet.
I already suggest we can't use it until tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Big.
Trust me, dude, I was already thinking about what I could do to fuck with fucking Katray and this random fucking worship. Dude.
I got a 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Okay. He rolled a 9, and so he is going to use his action and prepare an action, but I can't tell you what that is. And so he goes ahead and puts himself in a very focused position with his palms open.
Don't strike first.
Ragnarok's going to sprint straight at
And then he ends his turn. Yeah, he ends his turn.
Hey,
I'm going- Ragnarok's an aggressive fighter.
You can be an aggressive wrestler. You ever seen
Okay.
Fireman Guy?
So you run up. Go ahead and make your attack. Go ahead and make your first attack.
With double attack as it is.
Right with a frying pan with it.
Do I just add my strength?
It is strength and proficiency because you're proficient. You're proficient in fisting people.
Would it be outrageous to rage or
That's your choice.
You should be. Because then you can attack.
no? Because then I get my magic, dude. That'd be kind of fucking crazy. I'm not gonna rage.
Okay.
But that's where all your strength is.
No, that's not what my strength is, dude. I have 19 strength. That's without rage. Okay, so my first attack is a 22.
Okay. That hits.
Wait, I just had strength, right?
Strength and proficiency.
Oh,
So damage, you don't roll anything. It's 1 plus your strength for damage. So
Okay.
he takes 5 points of damage every time you hit him.
okay, but I get 2 attacks, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so my next one plus a 7. I got a 12.
A 12. So that misses, and that triggers his held action. So as you run in, you run with a you don't. Why is he waiting? And you run and you jump and get one solid kick straight to the chest that pushes him back, but he maintains his footing. And so as you land, you already have a fist down, and he ducks underneath the fist so that you swing over him, and he uses that momentum to grab you by the waist, and he throws you to the ground, kind of flipping the momentum around. You go ahead and take 3 points of damage just from that. And then while he has you on the ground, he's going to go ahead and use his movement to be on top of you, and he's going to make 3 attacks and try to punch you straight in your face. These are advantage because he's knocked you prone. The first one is a 8. So you have your guard up and you're blocking. The next one is a 19.
19 hits.
Followed by a 23. So you take 8 points of damage total. So he just starts swinging, and you bring your fists up and you block one that gets you on the side, and then you get hammered twice into the temple. It's your turn.
Right. I'm going to punch him twice.
Okay. So you try to, now he's kind of picked up as he's getting ready to throw more fists, and use that quick opportunity to just punch.
7. 15 for the first one.
15, that misses.
God damn it. Okay, this one would be a 23.
23 hits. Yeah, 23 hits. So he takes another 5. Okay. 5 points of damage, and you punch once, but it hits his chest, and he's got armor on. So you punch the armor, and he looks down, and he just right into the nose. And so you punch him square in the nose, and it sends him reeling. So he actually kind of falls backwards, and you can use that opportunity to use movement to squirm out from underneath him and get yourself standing up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That's my turn, yeah.
Okay. He's going to go ahead and use a bonus action to use a sweeping kick. So I need you to go to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Okay. Especially if got resolver moves on it.
Wait, what's the... Okay. Wait, with my danger sense, do I have advantage?
You do see it coming. Yep.
Okay, next move you should do the reverse fireworks.
Oh, shit. I got a 12.
A 12. That is a failure. So though you see it coming, you are not quick enough as he attempts to use his momentum of getting up to spin himself in such a way where he can slide out your feet from underneath you. So he drops you to the floor yet again. Now, when he has you on the floor, he goes ahead and because of the way that you fall onto your side, he's just going to run up and kick you right in the gut. And that is going to be an unnatural 20, so you take 4 points of damage. And he kicks you right in the gut, and then he backs off 10 feet.
Man,
It's a fucking Mochi.
Ethan, I want to know: would it be crazy to rage or no?
It is your choice. I cannot make that decision for you.
Because in the arenas, I would rage, but I have magic. Hmm.
Do you have to use your magic when you rage?
It's uncontrollable.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
it's wild magic.
It's that fun.
I don't know if that issues of you fucking magic.
No, I mean, because it's part of you. It's different when it's like when you're intentionally doing it, but when it's wild
Do you
magic,
want to
it's
do it?
different. It's going to come down to how Chultans view wild magic and how they feel about it.
That's
So
true.
I don't know how they see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna rage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll on your wild magic surge.
These are the buckets going on. Oh fuck! That's
What?
not good. It's the flump one.
Okay. A flump.
Um,
A flump appears. Do you want to put it on him, or do you want to move it off to the side?
I want the flump to watch.
Okay. You get into a rage, and you throw yourself up, and after you push yourself up really quick, your anger unleashes this wave of raw magical energy that conjures this flump off to the side, and you can see he kind of gives you this like side eye, like this like cocked head look, and he's like, I have never seen anything like that in all my time on Short. All right, I'm gonna bring you down, lizard. And he goes back to this like just constantly moving fighting style.
And now I'm gonna do 2 reckless attacks.
Go for it. Yeah, so you just run in and you are swinging to harm.
recklessly, dude. You can do it recklessly.
I do reckless.
Nice.
Still, I don't know if they're hit.
Are you kidding me? I have no weapon bonus. You got strength bonus.
It's strength
Yeah.
plus proficiency
Plus
to
strength.
punch.
Oh, plus rage, right?
No, rage is for damage. So you'll
Rage
be
is-
dealing 7 points of damage, I think. Maybe 8.
Yeah, no, it is 7.
7?
It's 7.
Yeah, you'll do 7 if you hit.
Okay. So I got a 16.
Okay, 16 just hits him.
Nice. Oh, this one.
So you deal 7 points of damage.
Looks like a 20%.
23 for the other one.
That hits.
That bow hit.
Yeah, so you just run in and you swing to harm. Both hits connect, and the second one hits so hard that you're positive you knocked his jaw and dislocated it, and you confirm it because it like slouches when he turns and looks at you, and he grabs it and goes, "Oh, well played." And he kind of has to wince at that, and then it's his turn. So he's going to run and make a total of 3 attacks against you. First one is a natural 1, but you attacked recklessly, so it's an advantage. Never mind. First one is a 13. Second one is so far a 19, a 21, so the 21 hits. And then the next one is a 13. So only one of those hits, and you take 2 points of damage now because you're raging. So you would have taken 4.
Yeah.
How you looking?
Let's see. Math. I had 57 health.
57. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to use a bonus action and do a insight roll on you. Okay. Your turn.
Oh yeah, double attack. Baby. Then these are going to be reckless.
Okay.
Okay. The first one's a 24.
Hits. 7.
Okay. Second one would be a 26.
That hits as well. You run in again, and this time you kind of grab him by the throat just enough to hold on to him, and you punch him in the sternum, and you can feel the a bit some part of the armor maybe kind of give in a little bit, and then you punch him across the side of the face. After that, you see blood spray out from his mouth, and when you push him off, he actually looks at you, kind of takes his fists and goes, I'll have to yield. Because I'll be completely honest, if I take this that much longer, you will pummel me into the ground. You are greater than any lizard I've ever faced. But I cannot beat your ferocity, as it is completely unmatched by anything I've ever seen on my homeland of Jolt. I have much respect for you, and I'm quite honored to be able to call you brother. And he puts a bloody arm out to you, because he wiped his nose a little.
And I'll do the smack on like the wrist, like
Yeah, takes that. It was now because we probably have some fighting to do in the future. We'll hope for whatever it is that you can do, that you take that out on the enemies. It will be quite an honor to see you at your full potential. And then he goes and lays on hands himself, and you start to see like all of his wounds begin to go away.
Yeah, that's good.
And you can see Uktar kind of around goes, that was an impressive show of force. The two of you should be amazed with yourself. Your martial prowess is very commendable. It is like watching the most proficient fighter against the most ruthless and unstoppable fighter. The two massively deadly forces that it's going to be very exciting to see you two fight side by side. So I am eager for the next fight. We're going to have to come up with a plan. And at about this point, Kainala has returned. I'm sure all of you have an understanding that the Knights of the Feathergale Spire are not...
Friends.
Yeah, they're not what they make themselves out to be. We learned from a Harper monk who was able to a good ally of Paladin Ontharr Froom of the Order of the Gauntlet. His name is Leosin Lanthar, and he helped uncover some information that helped us understand that this group is rather recent in their installment, but they've been facetious all the way through. Now, their lies must be expunged and their unorthodox practices must be brought to light, but ultimately they must be judged and they must be punished. The best punishment we can deliver them is a swift death. And allow the suffering that they inflict upon others to be stopped.
I could not have put the words in my mouth better, my friend. Where do we find them?
The Feathergale Spire, and that's where we face the ultimate problem, is that they have the advantage of location.
Yeah, they got home turf.
Yeah,
And
Kainala is probably one of the best shots that I've ever seen. I imagine, looking at you, little one, that you have quite a dead eye yourself.
Well, I tried to. But
The two of you would be perfect, providing ground-to-air coverage to ensure that the vultures are not capable of making it down to us and picking us off at the ground. We'd rely on you heavily in that fight in order to do as such. She is also a healer, so she'll stay close to you so that you're not having to worry about sticking around your companions. I imagine your current fighting behaviors are a little bit based around the fact that Brother Ossak here is burdened with the responsibility of keeping you from the brink of death.
Yes.
We cannot afford that in this fight. So you will be well protected. She will take care of you, as long as you take care of her.
Sure.
I do imagine that myself... I'm sorry. And he looks at you, Ragnarok, with like an awkward, like I don't fully remember your name. Do you remind me your name just real quick?
Ragnarok, Chainbreaker.
Breaker of Chains. Myself, the Lionheart, you, the Breaker of Chains, and Gualu we're basically we're the ground. We are the front. We're the vanguard. So we're going to be in the thick of it, fighting. Hopefully, if we can get to their leadership. The goal is to remove... You ever heard of this? The idea we want to cut the serpent's head from the body?
That's a good way to kill
You're
a
looking
serpent.
at me. I don't... Have you heard of that?
That's how you kill a serpent.
Exactly. The serpent in question is the entirety of their forces. The head of the serpent is the leader. So we need to find the leader. We need to identify the leader rather quickly so that we can kill that leader as quick as possible. Put them into disarray so that their morale is shaken, broken, easier to rout, and it should be good from there. Now, as for the other two, and he kind of looks at you, Oslak and Nihilus, it leaves you two a little bit more of a wild card and a little bit more in an assistance-based matter. I'm not entirely positive fully what it is that the two of you could do. I know you, Brother Oslak, are a cleric of the... I believe you've taken an oath in the aspect of Ilmater that covers the Twilight Realm.
Indeed.
Well, that will do us good. To be honest, I don't travel with many of your kind, and don't take that the wrong way. I don't get that many often to travel with clerics of your particular type, so you are a bit of a wild card for me. And you, Miss, and he gives you that awkward, like, I don't remember your name. I don't know if it was said.
Nihilus.
Nihilus. You look very well armed, and I imagine you to be quite proficient in what it is that you do with that sword that you have. So I will just expect of you to do with it as you do.
Understood.
Oh, you don't need to treat me with any formal military respect. I appreciate it, though. In this matter, we are all equals. I do this a bit more, I imagine, than all of you. So this is where I'm just providing my expertise, which is in thinking, and then I will get to the killing. In that, we are equals. We're one and the same. It is going to be an honor to fight by all of you. Is there any information you have on the Fethergale Spire? You've been here for quite some time.
Yeah, I took these notes, and I want to pull out my little adventure notebook and show it to him. And just kind of show. I have notes and stuff from our time there. I just want to show them what notes Pippin would have taken, essentially, to just give them whatever relevant character information I could give them if they don't have it. But I assume they probably have it. I don't know if there's any value there. I just want to make sure if there is that we can give it to them.
He takes it and goes, "Thank you. I can read that while the night dawns." But in the meantime, what is it that we know?
It's the only other thing is they've only got the one way in, really, unless we have a way of flying, to the top of the tower to go in that way. Otherwise, you're pretty.
That's our problem. Yeah, that is our problem. So we are unfortunate in that. I know because they ride giant vultures that we have the reality. So this mostly for Ragnarok, Kualu, and myself of being picked up and being dropped off of a cliff edge. I know Fethergale Spire is isolated on a cliff edge in the Desmond Valley, and so that is why we have Kaya Nala and yourself to ensure that you take down those vultures. Your job is to make sure those vultures cannot do that.
Well, why don't we destroy the tower? Just let it crumble to the ground.
Well, if you have an idea for that, I'm certainly all ears.
I do have one concern, and this might be a little different from the rest of you all's, but when we first entered the Fethergale Knights, we spoke to a young lady, and she seemed quite naive, quite unaware of what was truly going on. It seems unjust to title everyone in there as killable once we enter. Now, if push comes to shove and we are forced to make those decisions, then I will. But I don't think it's right for us to go in there seeking total chaos, or at best, not seeking it, but if it happens that way, not being upset about it. I believe there are still innocent lives in there, and that we should at least be careful about the lives we choose to take.
Brother Oslak, your compassion, your mercy, and your empathy continue to amaze me to this day, and might I continue to look to them as a source of inspiration that guides me on the path towards Ilmater in his light. To marry that with his goodness, we must marry your mercy and your compassion with his justice. And a just nature of this sort does demand that the crimes be punished accordingly. The overwhelming threat that they have to the nature around them, some may have been misguided. That very well could be true. In the nature of push comes to shove, I will say this. If any person surrenders and gives indication that they are fully yielding, my blade will be stayed, and he looks over at Kualu and Kayanala, as will theirs. If anyone surrenders, and it is unclear that they intend to surrender, my blade will not be held.
Ragnarok, Nihilus, I know we disagree, but please do not shame me and ruthlessly murder these folks in front of my fellow worshippers.
Say, come
least
at me with a
You see
weapon.
Kawalu puts up a hand and goes, "Do not worry about your appearance. We do not hold you to the same expectations that we follow. But to be completely clear, I was kind of hoping to kill quite a bit." That's when Uktar goes, "One thing to note. The Arch Sufferer gave us the," and he kind of looks for the right term, "credence to reinstate the Paladin Order, the Companions of the Noble Heart. Historically speaking, they had died out about a century ago. They were always known for their aggression, for their stalwart sense of justice, but they were the sword arm of the broken god. We are the wrath that was poured out on him. We are that wrath poured out on others. So we are a hard blade to stay, but I give you my solemn oath that if someone surrenders and gives me no hesitation in believing that surrender, my blade will not harm them. But if it is unclear, I will put your lives and the lives of everyone else transcendent to that unclarity, and I will not hesitate to slay them where they stand. So it must be clear."
I agree. I could not agree with you more. And you are an honorable man.
I do my best. We all live day by day according to our own codes of honor, and day by day we stumble from those codes. It is up to me to remember that a humble adventurer such as yourself could have come from such a depraved beginning. From pirate to here inspires me so. So pirate captive to here. My apologies. It is a reminder that we constantly look towards what is good, and we constantly remind ourselves that when we fall short, despite the circumstances that lead us there, that we constantly look to pick ourselves back up and move back into the fight.
And that is why we bear the pain for others, brother.
Amen to that, brother. And he goes and clasps your arm a little bit and does like a fish check. Now, we have a thing for you, because there is a little bit of a problem that we've noticed. That armor is way too heavy. Whoever it was that fitted you for that didn't take into consideration that you're an Aarakocra, and so they've completely hampered you. You've been unable to fly this entire time, have you?
I haven't. In fact, I don't believe people make armor for Aarakocra.
They don't normally, so it does have to be specially requested. Now, fortunately, we have an elf with us, an elf that is well connected within the Mistwoods, and so we brought with you a little bit of a gift, and let me go retrieve it. And he goes off to a wagon that they brought with them, and then covers a lockbox, pulls it off, and when they open it, it is a set of Ilmatari dusk armor. The dusk armor is made of an elven mithril, so it's it's a half splint set of heavy armor, if I'm correct. Armor. Hold on.
Hold the photo.
Sorry, it's not half splint. I believe it is half plate. No, it is splint armor. So it is not half plate. Half plate is too low of an AC. So it's a set of splint armor, which is a more durable set of heavy armor than your chainmail. But it is made with such a light mithril metal that it is flexible enough for you to fly. So it does not dampen your flying speed in any regard, as heavy armor tends to do normally. And because of the fact that your 6th level feature gave you a unique ability to fly, which you now can already do up to, the full 60 feet?
I believe so, yeah, with the dash.
So is it 30 feet of flying that you have?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so then I originally thought you had 60, so I'm going to just give you 60. So you now have 60 feet of flying for your movement. That is your kind of a replacement of that feature that you can't use because
I lied. It's 50 feet.
It's 50 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we are going to change it to 65.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
Now, I was going to do 75 and just give you a 15 buff. I'll still do the 15 buff because you're at 50. So you have 65 feet of flying speed, and you have a set of what is known as dusk armor, and it is a set of splint mail. And so that is your little gift. And it takes a while to kind of doff the armor that you have and to don this new armor, but once you have it on, it's very lightweight, it is very breathable, and yet it is very durable. So when you take like daggers or like a pointed blade edge and like poke it into the armor, you imagine it should give way because of how flimsy it feels. But it's almost as if it tightens upon impact, and so it really strengthens in a way that is like transcends what you could think of when you kind of look at it. And so he goes, that is our parting gift for you. The Arch Sufferer himself had signed off on this, as I imagined that we were going to need something of this regard.
This is the utmost gracious gift. Tell the Arch Sufferer my most gracious what is the fuck? Why when I
gives you this like bewildered look and goes, we tell him, brother, we will make it out alive. You will get the honor of telling the Arch Sufferer your gratitude yourself. It will be my blessing to stand beside you as you do so.
I am nothing but gracious.
There we go. Now, it's been a long day of travel for me. It's been a pleasure to meet you all. We have a wagon. We have all of our supplies that we need to kind of camp out. So we will sleep under the stars for tonight. And then tomorrow we'll look at divvying up maybe some just free space as we can find it. We will do everything in our power to not make ourselves bothersome. But for tonight, we'll sleep under the stars in our comfort. And tomorrow we will we'll go to war.
You got me all kinds of excited.
Rest up. If you pray to any gods, pray to them. If you don't, find one and pray to it quickly. If you believe in any form of battle meditation or preparation, highly encourage it. Other than that, rest well, sleep, empty your minds. Keep them clear and peaceful. Because tomorrow is going to be one of the most hectic things that I imagine any of you guys have ever come across so far. And with that, he goes ahead and turns in for the night.
When we all go to bed, I want to sit outside of Oslet's area, or like I want to hide near him and just make bird noises all night.
But before I go to bed, I'd like to kind of spend an hour or two at the tavern, just kind of decompressing.
There's no tavern here.
Nowhere?
Not
in the town?
No, you're not in the town. You're at the keep. The keep's just like a river fort.
But there is alcohol, right?
There is a reserve, yeah.
There is a reserve. Yeah, it's a lot of rum. To your surprise, it has not gone.
Are we allowed to drink from it?
Yeah.
Who cares? We're drinking anyway.
You see that, like, you go and you ask, like, is this good to drink? And Ragnar goes, is it good to drink? It tastes great. And grabs one off the wall. He's already one whole bottle in and grabs another one and uncorks it and goes back to the people who are just kind of drinking before the night, because that's always a good thing to do prior to a big fight. Wake up with a massive hangover. He does it so that he can rage easy. He's got hangover rage.
I'm going to hold up a bottle of rum. I'm going to say, to our past victory and many more. And then I'm going to kind of throw it up in the air, the bottle of rum. Just like a hoorah! And hopefully maybe my party members will reciprocate.
Yeah, you get a joyous hurrah.
Okay. No one gave Nick the pity hoorah last time at the camp when he was trying to give him that.
With that, you guys go ahead and turn in for the night as well.
Okay.
And we will pick up here next week.
Wait, Ethan.
Sure.
I want to ask you real quick. So the lady that Gabe was referring to, was that the lady that I watched get sacrificed?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so Gabe, the lady that you were referring to,
he might know that, but his character doesn't. You didn't tell him.
Yeah, I think that was his intent.
So, yeah, out of game. Yeah,
I 100% was like, ooh, who's gonna tell him?
Wait. Yeah.
The lady that you were talking about's dead.
Oh yeah, fuck.
So we can go in there and just kill them all with no remorse.
Oh fuck, yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, for everyone watching, we'll pick up here next week. So it's a pleasure to have you guys, and thank you for another great stream. We hope you guys have a great rest of your night and a great week. As Valentine's Day is approaching, remember to love those that are around you. If you don't have anyone to love, find someone to love and to share them love. Even if it's a stranger, do something loving for them for the day. And if you absolutely have no strangers around you, do something nice for yourself. Love yourself. If all else fails. With that being said, thank you guys again. We're very grateful for your presence. We hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
See you soon.